Dark Crisis, The Dark Army, issue 1, Mark Waid, Dennis Culver, and Delilah S. Dawson writing. I'll tell you who they are in a second, because there was a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a one-shot tying in, obviously, to Dark Crisis, which kind of, obviously, the big battle kind of wrapped up in the main book this month as well. So this kind of like spirals out from all that was still going on, and is going to come back into play in the next issue and the next tie-in issue. So this is interesting because we have kind of Robin building a little team to go and do something that'll help in the overall fight. And we have on art, we have Freddie Williams II, we have Jack Herbert. Was it just those two? I'm surprised. I thought it was more than that. But,
yeah, me too, because the art's really all over the place in this one.
It really is. It's kind of a funny one because like I actually really like parts of this issue, and it tended to be because I liked Damien being Damien and like forming this team of misfits, which includes Sideways and Red Canary. So them like interacting for the first time, and there was a lot of just interpersonal stuff that I really enjoyed getting a glimpse of. The actual goal in what they were doing, which was going to this other Earth, and they were at the tuning fork, and then the just like incarnates show up controlled by the darkness, and then ultimately they're able to, Dr. Light's able to like break them out of it. I kind of felt like we didn't really accomplish much by the end of the issue. So
so like this is definitely one of those cases where this is a tie-in to tell a part of the story that I don't know if we necessarily needed. Like the last one that we got when they went into the green and they used the green to jump multiverses and whatever. I liked that, and I felt like I had a better understanding of Dark Crisis after reading that. This just kind of felt like a mixed bag, because I'm still like I know what Robin was trying to do, but I still don't know if maybe Robin was the best character to be leading a multiversal thing like this,
Well, the funny thing is the only reason why I enjoyed this was the characters intermingling. So if you take out Damien, then you take out what I like. I think what's interesting to compare it to that Green Hell one is that I think that had a better concept, but I don't think I enjoyed reading it as much as this, just because I enjoyed the banter more. But both of them, I think, ultimately, I felt a little underwhelmed by, and felt like, especially since the Green Hell one, like, ended up having the MacGuffin that let them win the fight with Pariah in issue 6. That felt really weird to me, because it's like, if you didn't read that one shot, then this thing just came out of nowhere, basically. And that's a little frustrating, I think. But like I say, like Damien and Red Canary and Sideways all intermingling, and then you get Power Girl and Dr. Light kind of as the sort of more veteran characters, I guess.
Yeah, the adults in the room.
Yeah, like Damien...
I did like having Sideways back.
Oh yeah, sure. I enjoyed that, and I enjoyed Damien being insufferable. The art is very inconsistent though with how tall they draw Damien in this issue. Sometimes it was like, and what's funny is that in the first page it actually says in the narration, "I'm 5'4", and as the issue goes on, sometimes it felt like he was just the same height as the others, and then sometimes it felt like he was drawn more like a kid again.
Yeah, he looked like he was being drawn as Dick Grayson,
sometimes
in an old Robin suit. Yeah,
but it's not consistent though, because there's some pages where there's a page in the middle that I'm looking at right now where he does look like he's like 12 again. Like he looks that height, he looks that young, but then sometimes you'll stand next to the other characters and he looks like he's 20. So very inconsistent in that sense.
For sure.
Yeah.
I do love the Red Canary back and forth with Damien. And like I said, I liked Sideways being back through there. But yeah, it was a fine issue. Like there's nothing I don't think great or about it.
There's not a lot of the events that I actually want to talk about. It's mostly just them fighting. Like they go to like the Earth where it was all apes, and they make some jokes about that, and like, why are they all gone? This is what's going to happen to our Earth if we don't fix all this. And when they go to the next place, and they're the Justice League Incarnate like show up to fight them because they're all being. There's some fun stuff there with like Captain Carrot trying to eat one of them and blah blah blah. But when they bring them all back, and Dr. Light's been kind of like souped up by the because they're on like the monitors.
And I guess that ties back into Crisis on Infinite Earths with the Monitor choosing Dr. Light specifically. And so yeah, they use the monitor device or whatever it is.
But Dr. Multiverse or whatever her name is, I forget. She looks at our team from this book and sort of sees all the different versions of them inside them, because that's kind of her power. And we see like Damian looking like he does in Batman versus Robin. And there's an editor's note saying, hey, to check out more about what she saw in Damian, go look at that.
Yeah, I do love that's all she sees though. Like if you look in when she looks at Power Girl, right? There's all these different versions that we've seen. You know, they're like the corporate Titan version, and then just the Supergirl version and stuff. And then who's the other character they look at?
So the whole team. So you see Sideways, you see Red Canary, you see Dr. Light, and we see all the different versions of them. But Damian's always going to be Damian.
It's the the Damian and Pete said in Batman versus Robin. So I find that funny. That's all I got for this one.
I mean, I'm excited to see more Red Canary. Probably, I imagine in the new Green Arrow book when it launches, I would expect. But
at least in, because I got ads for Lazarus Planet, and Red Canary seems to be
she's
showcased there.
That's true. Yeah.
So we'll see. So hopefully we get some more of this banter. So
yeah, it's kind of interesting that someone remembered Sideways exists, though.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Mark Waid, for him being gone from DC for a while, he's really, playing within the bounds of what's been going on really, really well. So
yeah, Joe, what's so weird about this though is that I don't understand why it's multiple writers, because it's just one. It's not an anthology. It's just one story. But Mark Waid literally wrote pages 1 to 6 and then 37 to 40. He wrote the start and the end, and I don't feel like it doesn't feel like a bookend to me where it's natural for it to go back to the same writer again. Like, I don't understand how it gets split up, and I don't really understand. So it's very much like the art. It's very inconsistent. Yeah, because it's different people.
Usually in those circumstances, it is they collectively plotted it and then just divvied out the pages for individual scripting.
Yeah,
amongst themselves, just to for time reasons usually.
Yeah. The point I'm making though is that while Mark Waid's name's on it, and I appreciate there's some touches from him in here, it doesn't really feel like a Mark Waid comic overall, because it's it's been farmed out to multiple people. So so like I say, the art's very inconsistent. I mean, what are you giving it, Matt?
I'm gonna give this a 7.
Well, I think I'll go more with a 6. It's perfectly readable. There's some nice character beats, or not even beats, just character dialogue more than anything. But I can't really go any higher than that. It's kind of just an essential tie-in, would be how I'd describe it.